Hello, it's Jim Enright, the real estate and mortgage source for chapelboro.com with another great video tip that you can use today. Now, this is a continuation of last week's question. Should I wait for home values to rise before I sell my home and buy another? And today what we're going to do is actually look at the cost of waiting at some real projected numbers here. Now, the purpose of this is to counter the negative mass media news that's out there and to give you additional concrete information to process. Now, there is a disclaimer in that I am not an economist. I'd like to give a couple perspectives also, because numbers and statistics can be confusing. So, just remember, torture numbers and they'll confess to anything. Statistics are like bikinis. What they reveal is suggestive, but what they conceal is vital. And statistics, and maybe numbers, can be made to prove anything, even the truth. And I guess lastly, the one I really like is from Mark Twain, who in 1906 wrote, "Figures often beguile me, particularly when I have the arranging of them myself, in which case the remark attributed to Disraeli would often apply with justice and force. There are three kinds of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics." Okay, with that, let's move on to my assumptions. First of all, the local market here will increase slightly. The local market will not decrease, and mortgage interest rates will increase slightly. Now, I will have to say that if the local markets do drop, this video will be added to the Hall of Fame worst predictions ever. So here's the scenarios. Buying now versus buying later. Sales price today, $475. Sales price tomorrow, $489,250. That's a 3% increase. Loan amount. Now, I'm looking at 20% down on all of these. So, buying now, loan amount of $380. Buying later, loan amount of $391,400. And the interest rate, today's rate, 4.375. And let's say buying later, the rate could increase 0.5% to 4.875. That's still below 5% and still is historically low. All right, so now let's go to my cool program and look at some of the numbers. So what I've done here is a total cost analysis. And let's look at some of the basic things first. Let's look at the monthly payment savings. Now, this savings, buying now, you'd have a principal and interest of $1,897.28. Now, neither of these payments includes taxes or insurance. Buying later, $2,071.32. So that's about $174 more. Let's look at this. Interest paid. If we look at it over 7 years, 84 months, on buying now, you'd pay $109,170. Buying later, $125,926. But this is really the number that I really like, and this is the savings over 7 years. So let's look at this for a moment. And we've got the two columns, buy now, buy later. So let's look at total payments, $159,372 versus $173,991. Principal paid, you see it's $50,201 versus $48,000. Of course, interest is higher, it's a bigger loan, as is the remaining balance. But now here's what's interesting. Taking all those numbers, adding, subtracting, and dividing, you come up with a total cost of $109,170 for buying now, and for buying later, $125,926, for a net savings of $16,756. That is $16,756. Now, this does not include any tax deductions, and you know what? It also doesn't include any appreciation if you were to sell your home in 7 years. This is just the real cash. So let's go ahead and look at a summary. First thing we had, buy now, a monthly savings of $174.04. Over 7 years, that's $16,756. Might not seem like enough, but it could contribute to a private school, college fund, a vacation fund, even a retirement account. And Again, a summary of the total cost analysis over 7 years. Buy now, $109,170. Buy later, $125,926 for a real dollars in your pocket, $16,756, which does not include any tax deductions, and of course, if you were to sell the property in 7 years, doesn't include any appreciation. All right, now if you are like George Jones and perhaps almost persuaded, here's what you need to do next. First of all, meet with a loan officer, and what you want to find out is with the sale of your home, how much home do I qualify for? That's the first thing. And then look at what monthly payment you're comfortable with, and you may look at different loan programs. I mean, fixed rates are really great right now, but there are some other loan programs worth considering. Now, once you know this, you are then going to be in the position to meet with a realtor. And you can then ask your agent, what can I realistically expect to net from the sale of my home? Now, you might see my previous Chapel Borough video about this also. And then look at homes in your comfort level and price range, and you will be ready to go. Now, if you don't know who to speak with as far as a realtor, give me a call and I can probably point you in the right direction. Okay? All right, well, this is Jim Enright, the mortgage strategist with Corporate Investors Mortgage Group for chapelborough.com and the Real Estate and Mortgage Source in the local buzz section, saying, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.